Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Now, I just want to highlight this missing persons case. This young boy, Cole Cooper, he's been missing in Scotland for quite a while now. So I have highlighted this case once before, but I want to keep it in the public eye until he's found. And in particular, I want to show you this very emotional interview that his mum and his sister made. So, what should we have, the background first, or shall we look at the video first? I think we'll have the background first. So, this news article I'm looking at is from Sky News. We are going to be looking at the video. But I just want to give you the background first. So he's 19 years old, this guy, last seen by an old school friend on Wednesday, the 7th of May. So a couple of weeks ago. If you're watching this, the day it goes out, it's now the 29th of May. So it's been 2 weeks, nearly 2 weeks, that this young man's been missing. And apparently was seen in the village of Longcroft near Falkirk in Scotland. And prior to that, he was captured on CCTV a few days earlier after leaving a house party in the area. So that was a few days earlier. So he was seen a few days later. Anyway, his mum, Wendy Stewart, who's 42 years old, allowed Sky News into her home as she revealed the pain her family is enduring. So this is Wendy in the pink jumper, and this is her sister, Amy Tenney, and they've made an impassioned appeal that we're going to watch. Anyway, we're going to watch that, so I don't have to read through what's said in the appeal. But this is him, young lad, 19 years old. Unfortunately, does seem to be young men seem to go missing so often, don't they? But they say that he's a joinery apprentice. He recently started up his own business, a fencing and decking business, which was thriving. And his aunt, Amy Tenney, has arranged community searches and erected missing posters, and has said he is a popular young man who enjoys karaoke. The 32-year-old told Sky News he is well liked, he is well respected, he is a lovely boy. If he is out there, we want you to come home. We want answers. We miss you. We love you. Now, there's a lot of photos circulating on social media at the moment, and videos of him singing karaoke, etc. Police Scotland said that more than 220 properties have been visited and more than 1,000 hours of CCTV footage collected as part of the force's efforts to find the teenager. Specialist resources from around the country have been mobilised to help, including the police helicopter and drones from the Air Support Unit, as well as officers from the Dive and Marine Unit. And Miss Stewart said she would not lose hope of finding her son. She said, "I am still praying we get the outcome that we want, which is Cole to come back with us and to make more happy memories." So, yeah, last footage seen of him was jogging on Cumbernauld Road, Banknock, 6 a.m. on the Sunday the 4th of May, but apparently he was seen a few days later by an old school friend. He was wearing, according to this, grey t-shirt, black Nike joggers and grey and orange Yeezys. So if you know anything, ring 101. So his last confirmed sighting was at 8:45 p.m. 8:45 p.m. on the AA03 at its intersection with Cumbernauld Road, Longcroft, on Wednesday the 7th of May. That was a few days later, wasn't it? When was this party? When was the party? So he was last seen by this old school friend on the 7th of May. So what was the thing on the Sunday? Sunday the 4th of May, he was captured on CCTV, but it says his last confirmed sighting was 8:45 p.m. on the A803. There's a lot more to this story, isn't there? You feel like, I don't know about you, but the police have said no suspicious circumstances. It just feels like to me that maybe there were some suspicious circumstances, but I don't know. So he was last seen on that day wearing a black puffer-style jacket with black jogging bottoms. That's not what he was wearing on the CCTV. That was when he was wearing the T-shirt, etc. So Chief Inspector Alex Hattrick said there is a lot of work going on behind the scenes to find the teenager. And while this may not be visible, please be assured we are working tirelessly to find Cole. So the police chief says there was no evidence of criminality. This is a missing person inquiry. There's no information to suggest that Cole has come to any harm at this time. Our focus is on tracing Cole safe and well. Well, you know, the police often say that. We don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. So don't forget the CCTV evidence that was seen of him. That's not the last time he was seen. He was supposedly seen a couple of days later by a friend. And that's when he was wearing the puffer jacket and the joggers. Anyway, I want to show you this, his mum and his auntie, this short sort of explainer from Sky News. I just want to keep this in the public eye. Please share, especially if you know anyone in Scotland, in this area particularly. Falkirk, you know, somebody may know something. And this poor family, they are going through hell.
We want you to come home. We want answers. We miss you. We love you.
So this was on the Sunday where he was seen running there and looking back. But, you know, don't see how this can be relevant now. If he was seen 3 days later, how can this be relevant? Where was he in between? So this apparently is him going to his dad's house. Does he live with his dad? Did he live with his mum? You know, I don't know. We've not got the full sort of situation. But so this footage of him being seen there, he was seen after that, apparently, by the old school friend, 3 days later. And then he was wearing apparently a joggers and a puffer jacket on the 7th of May.
What do you think has happened here?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. He's not been seen. Is it a possibility? He's been picked up by a car. I don't know.
All these weeks on, detectives are throwing resources at this. There's the mounted unit, the marine team, the helicopter, drones. They've got more than 1,000 hours of CCTV to check through, and they've gone to more than 200 doors, and all of which has drawn a blank. There's still no sign of Cole. What makes you so sure he hasn't come to harm?
We don't have any information to suggest he has come to harm at this time. It's very much a missing person inquiry, and that is where our focus is just now.
What's this doing to you as a family?
It's total heartache. It's just so surreal. It's like, is this actually happening? Are we going to wake up? And it's just been a big nightmare.
Oh, that's a lovely video of him dancing and singing with his mum. Let's watch that one more time.
Just bring him home.
We want you to come home. We want answers. We miss you. We love you.
Yeah, so this was the CCTV that caused a bit of consternation because he was running away and looking back. But I can't see that that's relevant then if he was actually spotted a few days later. I mean, what's happened in between? Where was he in between?
What do you think has happened here?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. He's not been seen. Is it a possibility? He's been picked up by a car. I don't know.
All these weeks on, detectives are throwing resources at this. There's the mounted unit, the marine team, the helicopter, drones. They've got more than 1,000 hours of CCTV to check through, and they've gone to more than 200 doors, and all of which has drawn a blank. There's still no sign of Cole. What makes you so sure he hasn't come to harm?
We don't have any information to suggest he has come to harm at this time. It's very much a missing person inquiry, and that is where our focus is just now.
What's this?
You know, I do think the police do this sort of, we assume that he hasn't come to harm until we know that he has. You know, we saw that with Nicola Bulley, with lots of other cases. And sometimes it does turn out that they didn't come to, you know, foul play. They didn't meet with foul play. But I don't know, sometimes I just feel that when they start an investigation, maybe they should start off from a different tack, not assuming that nothing has happened, that there is no foul play, because then they don't, you know, they don't seal off crime scenes, do they? And they don't check for evidence properly. Whereas if they assumed from the beginning it was foul play and then change that as it went, you know, did it the opposite way around, does that not make more sense? Because then if it does turn out to be foul play, which sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, they've got you know, they've got a head start, haven't they, because they've treated it as a crime from the beginning. Sometimes I just feel like sometimes missing people need to be treated as crimes until found otherwise, rather than not being treated as crimes until found otherwise, just for the sake of evidence gathering, etc. Because I think the reason they do it this way, to be honest, is more because of resources. You know, as soon as someone's declared, like, I mean, there was a case earlier this week, somebody who's only just been declared a murder inquiry after like 20 years or whatever. That's no good, is it? What are you going to do with a 20-year-old murder inquiry when you never did any of the proper inquiries at the time? You know, how are you going to catch up on 20 years? Whereas if you treat, I'm not saying you treat it as a murder inquiry, but you treat it that there's a possible foul play element to it before you find out that, instead of the other way around, treating it as no foul play till you know something different, and then you've lost all that evidence. Just something that occurs to me. There may be a reason why they can't do it like that, which, you know, fair enough. I'm not the police. I don't know what their sort of motives and circumstances are, but I think it's probably to do with resources.
Stayed to you as a family.
It's total heartache. It's just so surreal. It's like, is this actually happening? Are we going to wake up? And it's just been a big nightmare. Just bring him home.
We want you to come home. We want answers. We miss you. We love you.
Yeah, so remember, this CCTV that we're looking at now, it's not really relevant. because this was on the Sunday morning and he apparently was last seen on the Wednesday wearing something completely different, black leggings, puffer jacket. This was obviously a warmer. So I say it's not relevant. It's relevant because it is him, but this was on the Sunday morning, so it's not relevant to his actual disappearance, is it?
What do you think has happened here?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. He's not been seen. Is it a possibility? He's been picked up by a car. I don't know.
All these weeks on, detectives are throwing resources at this. There's the mounted unit, the marine team, the helicopter, drones. They've got more than 1,000 hours of CCTV to check through, and they've gone to more than 200 doors, and all of which has drawn a blank. There's still no sign of Cole. What makes you so sure he hasn't come to harm?
We don't have any information to suggest he has come to harm at this time. It's very much a missing person inquiry, and that is where our focus is just now.
What's this doing to you as a family?
It's total heartache. It's just so surreal. It's like, is this actually happening? Are we going to wake up? And it's just been a big nightmare.
Okay, so I just wanted to remind everyone that Cole is still missing. Hope his family gets some answers soon, and I hope they're good answers, positive answers. I hope Cole is found safe and well wherever he is. I mean, he's a young lad. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of places that he might have gone. He could well be safe and well, but if not, what has happened to him? What has happened to this boy? People don't disappear into thin air. Now, let's hope this isn't going to turn into another, Jack O'Sullivan case. His poor mum's still waiting for answers after over a year. We have to just hope and pray this isn't going to turn into a nightmare like that. But also that Jack O'Sullivan's mum gets answers sooner or later. Just because he's been missing for a long, long time doesn't mean to say that she will never find out what's happened to him. Absolute tragic, these circumstances. I cannot imagine, your son going out one night and then just never coming home, and you never even find out what's happened to him. So awful. So my thoughts are with them, thoughts and prayers. And if you know anything, if you're in this area, Falkirk in Scotland, and you know anything, even if you don't realise that it's important, just something, somebody said something, you saw something, maybe you saw him that night, that last night that he was seen, contact the police and let's try and put this family out of their misery, because they must be going through hell. Okay, thank you. Till I see you again, may your God, as always, go with you. Bye.